Hey guys, closed guard armbar. So now that you have a bit of an idea of what the open guard is all about, let's take a look at the closed guard. The closed guard is a much more dominant position because my legs are actually wrapped around him and I have more control over his body. The closed guard is generally going to be done from the knees, so we're not going to have one person standing. We have a lot of great options from the closed guard, but one thing to remember is that the closed guard is just the mount, but upside down. So anything I can do from the mount, I can do from the closed guard. And we're going to prove that today by using the arm bar from the closed guard. This is a tricky attack, but let's watch the little details and we'll get it. So we're going to start off facing our partner. We're going to grab the collar and the sleeve. I'm going to pull them towards me as I bring my hips up, and I close my guard right behind their back. Okay, so an arm bar. I need to make sure that I extend his arm, get something underneath his elbow, pull his wrist back, and hyperextend his elbow. So there's a lot of ways to set this up. Here's one very easy way to do it. So here's what I'm doing. I'm getting one of his arms and I'm pulling it across my body. I like to grab with two hands on one wrist because 2 on 1 is stronger than 1 on 1. So I'm going to grab both my hands, grab the sleeve, and as I pull this arm, I'm going to pull my knees towards me a little bit. Not too far, because if I pull my legs too far, he's going to face plant, and then I'm kind of squashed here, and I got to try to sit him back up. So I'm just going to pull a little bit. I just want to get his posture down. So I pull here. As soon as his hand is on my shoulder, I'm ready to go. I'm going to hook his elbow with my right hand. Nice good hook right here. My other hand, my left hand, is going to come across and grab his shoulder. I can cup it, I can grab the material, whatever you want. Now, I'm going to start climbing up him. So I'm going to step one foot on him, and I'm going to start turning. My body is going to go over towards my right side. Think of it like this. How do I know which side to turn to? I always run away from the shoulder. Here's his shoulder. I'm going to run my hips away from it. Now, notice how his head dropped down a level. The reason his head dropped down a level is because I took my right leg and I kicked him in the armpit. And that brings his head down. So as I start to turn my body, my right leg comes up, and I clamp that knee, or that foot, right behind his head. I almost like want to kick him in the head with this foot. Now, I still have his arm on my shoulder. I'm always pulling this arm. It hasn't gone anywhere. So now I'm going to start to frame. That means push away. My other leg can come over his head. I'm going to clamp. Both of my legs are clamped down like snake fangs, okay? I'm not crossing my ankles or anything like this. Just clamping the legs. Now, I hold the wrist. Very gently, I lift the hips and push my feet down to the floor. So, one more time. 2 on 1. Pull the arm. As soon as I pull that arm, guys, look at what I do. I hook it right away. I don't have to wait. Hook that arm. Hook that arm. Hook that arm. I'm going to climb. I'm climbing up his hips. So I'm going to start to slowly claw my way up. So my hips need to start coming up into the sky. If I can keep my hips attached to his arm, it's going to be very hard for him to defend. So I'm here. Grab the shoulder. Turn the corner. If you're flat on your back, you're going to have to really turn hard. It's going to be difficult, okay? So bring your hips up. A common error that we see with this one is that people try to go onto your side, okay? This is not an arm bar. This is wrong, okay? Believe it or not, I'm always going to be flat on my back for this technique. Most attacks from the guard, you're going to be flat, okay? So with the arm bar, I am flat on my back the entire time. So as I kick him, I'm simply rotating 90 degrees, so I should look into his ear now. So we are perpendicular to each other. I'm still flat on my back. Now I start to push his head away. If I can just get my leg over, that's fine. I don't need to push his head. But in this case, I'm going to push his head, pull his arm, leg goes over, grab the wrist, and bridge. Let's see this from another angle. Okay, so I'm here in the closed guard. Pull the arm, grab. If you want to, you can also come underneath this arm as well, so it doesn't have to, he's not going to defend it and deflect the arm away. So I'm here. Step on the hip, grab the shoulder. This is the hardest part. If you can get to this position, then you're good. The reason it's hard is because there's just so many moving parts. That's why guard is really difficult, because there's so many moving parts. You're not going to know which hand to grab. You're not going to know which foot to step on. Here's how you can remember it, guys. I pull his arm onto my shoulder. Whatever arm is on my shoulder, that same leg is going to go on onto his hip, okay? So look, his This is his arm on my left side. Okay, his arm is on my left side, so my left foot steps on his hip. I'm squeezing my knees. Frame, kick him in the armpit and turn the corner. Bite down hard, bring the leg over the head, grab the wrist. 2 hands is better than 1. Bridge the hips. Let's see it from the back angle so you can see what my feet are doing. Okay, this is your armbar from the closed guard. This one requires a lot of work. If you want to be able to do this submission, then practicing it a couple times is not going to work for you. You need to do this one 10,000 times, just drilling this motion over and over and over again until it's just muscle memory. Okay, so this one's tricky, guys. Really practice this one.